Good evening. My name is John Zavodny. I am the president of Maine Seacoast Mission. Thank you all for joining us here in Bar Harbor on this lovely night to support the work of the mission, celebrate partnership and community, and to honor two very special organizations, Cornelia Cogswell Rossi Foundation and Sunrise County Economic Council. Before we begin the program this evening, I just want to acknowledge the passing of Marcia Planting, Scott Planting's beloved wife. Scott was the president of the Maine Seacoast Mission just before me. We have an empty seat right there for Scott. He intended to be here tonight. So we'll keep Marcia and Scott and their family in our thoughts as we move through the celebration tonight. This year marks the mission's 120th year. The story of the Maine Seacoast Mission begins in the year 1905. So raise your hand if you were around during the Bob. So for historical perspective, the Canadian provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan were founded the same year that Angus and Alexander MacDonald formed the mission and sailed off in Hope, a 15-foot friendship sloop, to support lighthouse keepers' families and communities along Maine's coast. At the same time, the vacuum cleaner was being invented, and the city of Las Vegas, Nevada was incorporated. This was 9 years before World War I began, 11 years before Acadia National Park was founded, and 13 years before the great influenza epidemic of 1918. I believe that Angus and Alexander would be very proud to know that 120 years and 7 boats later, the mission still brings hope to island and down east coastal communities through our mission of partnership and service.
For 120 years, Maine Seacoast Mission has been a beacon of hope along our rugged coast. From our 74-foot steel-hulled Sunbeam, trusted and beloved wherever she docks, to the crew who brings healthcare, connection, and comfort to even the most remote islands, Mainers know the mission is there to lend a hand. And our mission, it reaches beyond the sea. Through our education initiatives, Down East youth are exploring, learning, and building skills to thrive. We nourish our communities through engaging activities. Our work in food security and housing improvement does more than fill plates or mend windows. We create connection, dignity, and hope for the future. From sea to shore, from generation to generation, our mission remains the same: serving our neighbors, strengthening our communities, and bringing light where it's needed most. This is Maine Seacoast Mission, 120 years, and just getting started.
Tonight is an opportunity for us to celebrate 120 years of partnership together. Tonight, we honor two near and dear mission partners. Maine Seacoast Mission deeply appreciates the partnership with the Cornelia Cogswell Rossi Foundation. For over 16 years, the foundation has been committed to and supported initiatives that benefit all the communities the Maine coast serves. Whether it was providing healthcare, supporting education, or responding to environmental impacts, the Rossi Foundation has been part of the work with us. Sunrise County Economic Council and its executive director, Charles Rutledge, is a strategic leader in the Down East region, making a lasting impact to sustainable prosperity for the people of Washington County. Now, you may have already noticed some adjustments to the Sunbeam Award Gala. Yes, the cocktails may be a little cockier, and the food is a little less, shall we say, the chicken or the fish. But in addition, we heard that you would like for the gala to shine more light on the work of the mission, the difference that it makes, and the people who make that difference. So yes, we will be loving on the folks from the Rossi Foundation and SCEC for the amazing work they do, but also, peppered into tonight's presentation, you will get to meet some of the humans of the mission, the folks who are the difference in 3 featured programs. First, we would like to introduce you to Journey, the mission program supporting youth from middle through high school through the eyes of 2 people who have themselves lived the journey.
In Down East Maine, too many young people stand at a crossroads. The Washington County graduation rate hovers below state and national averages. While chronic absenteeism in Down East high schools is over 32%, 6.7% of teens are not in school. The road ahead feels uncertain, but what if there were a way to clear the path and boost aspirations? This is where Journey begins. Guided by mentors, teens develop tools to successfully transition to high school and find on-ramps to higher education and careers. They invest in their communities and explore the world beyond. Journey helps youth strengthen their confidence and learn to map out their own futures, paving the way for every mile ahead.
Chloe and Cody, please come to the podium.
Hello, my name is Chloe Look. I'm about to start my sophomore year at Wheaton College in Massachusetts, where I'm studying design. I'm a 2024 graduate of the Missions Journey program at Narragansett Junior-Senior High School. I'm a recipient of the Maine Seacoast Edge Scholarship, which has been a true help and privilege.
And I'm Cody Layton. I was also in Journey. I graduated from Jonesport Wheels High School back in June. I am also a recipient of the Missions Full Ride Davis Maine Scholarship Program. In a couple of weeks, I will start my freshman year at the University of New England, where I plan to study aquaculture. We're here to share a little about the Journey program and our own journey.
Okay, Cody. Journey is the mission's strength-based youth mentoring program for 7th to 12th graders. It is designed to support college and career aspirations. Some of the mission's programs have been around for a very long time. By comparison, Journey is relatively young. Cody and I represent just the 7th and 8th cohorts of the program.
But this program is essential to prepare and transition students like us from middle school to high school, where we need to start thinking about our futures. Journey helped us do that. We explored our own backyard of Washington County, parts of New England, and some colleges we might consider. We had immersive experiences on islands, in Maine's woods, and in urban streetscapes.
That's right. And during all 6 years, the mission helped us explore college and career possibilities for life after high school. We volunteered with local groups, we learned about different types of businesses, and we had mentors who are career professionals. We also toured college campuses, sat in on college prep workshops, and received help with scholarship applications.
The program also provides opportunities to gain leadership experience. As a teen, I went to serve with the Millbridge Volunteer Fire Department. I did that for over 4 years. I was also one of 2 Washington County student representatives for our state's Department of Education student cabinet.
The most valuable community involvement I've been a part of is working for the EDGE program. I've worked here for 4 years now, and it's always emotional to end the camp season. Ever since I could attend, I was enrolled in summer camps here, and it's a full circle moment to share my favorite memories with today's students. Journey is incredible, but so is every facet of this program. Journey is about preparing students one group at a time, from learning how to build relationships to transitioning to high school. Careers in college aside, Journey is something I genuinely enjoyed. I learned and grew with my peers for 6 years. A standout Journey memory for me is when my cohort spent the final retreat together on Swans Island. We grew together, and it felt like the culminating point of the program. We shared our favorite memories and our plans after graduation while learning skills we could take with us for those times.
A standout memory for me is when I have been a mentor for the Journey program for students younger than me. And one thing that really stood out is when I get to see other students' eyes shine, when they get to see a new place that they're not familiar with. Either going to Swans Island and getting to engage with the community around and getting to really understand what life is like on an island really surprises some kids. And another thing is getting out and going to Boston on our core trip. We haven't experienced the urban life much, and just getting to see kids get to immerse themselves in different cultures and getting to understand different ways of life is truly amazing. Having a support network of peers taught me about building trust and developing stronger relationships. For participants, Journey can be that critical third space outside of home and school.
Journey has been transformative. It gave me friends I might not have had otherwise, opened my eyes to scholarships, and supported me in some of the most stressful times in high school. This program is a gift.
Yes, Journey was amazing, but the mission and all its educational programs changed my life. At a young age, my parents enrolled me in the mission's Edge After School and summer camp programs. As a preteen, Journey helped me open my world. Now the Davis Main Scholarship will eliminate the financial burden of attending college.
Thanks for having us here tonight and for allowing us to share a little bit about our Journey experiences and the impact the mission's education and programming makes.
Thank you, Chloe and Cody. What you shared just now, it kind of illustrates something that I realized early in my time with the mission. I always think like once an Edge kid, always an Edge kid, from K through 16 and beyond. The mission is so proud of each of you and your achievements and all your friends and all the other members of Journey. Before we transition to one of our Sunbeam awardees, I would like to, at this point, extend a warm thank you to our corporate sponsors. So if you are here tonight representing one of our sponsors, feel free to raise your hand, jump, hoot and holler, whatever. I think Kiri has what do you call those things? Like a decibel meter, Geiger counter? I don't know. Kiri's got one of those somewhere. So our corporate donors include Barry Dunn, Front Street Shipyard, and Hamilton Marine. Our copper sponsors are Acadia Bike and Coastal Kayaking Tours and Machias Savings Bank. Our bronze sponsors are Billings Diesel and Marine Service, First National Bank, Goldman Sachs, and Maggie Cohen, and the Snowman Group. Our platinum sponsors for the evening and for every gala that I've been associated with, I believe, are, once again, Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, and Wyman's. Oh! Thank you to all these community-minded organizations who support the work of the mission. It's our privilege to have Here with us, representatives from our Platinum sponsors who will speak a little about the relevance of community impact, and they will introduce our awardees. I would now like to invite Jack Frost, Vice President of Community Giving for Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, to the podium to speak about the impact of community engagement and philanthropic giving. He will then introduce our first awardee of the evening, Cornelia Cogswell Rossi Foundation.
Thank you, John. And how about one more applause for these two amazing students that just spoke? I was thinking to myself, I have to follow those two, so I'm very happy to be here this evening. I've had the distinct pleasure of serving as the Director of Community Giving for Bar Harbor Bank and Trust over the past 8 years. And I've been in a unique position of connecting with hundreds of nonprofits throughout northern New England. Within my work, I can tell you without hesitation that the Maine Seacoast Mission stands out as one of the most impactful organizations I have the pleasure to work with. For nearly 140 years, Bar Harbor Bank and Trust has been dedicated to supporting the communities we call home, and philanthropic support of the Maine Seacoast Mission is one that we are thrilled to sustain. The mission's work is rooted in a commitment to the people of Down East Maine and its outer islands, and a profound sense of dignity and respect for the families that they serve. On behalf of the bank, I extend gratitude for the mission, their capacity to be a trusted friend along the Maine coast. We truly appreciate your remarkable capacity to build lasting partnerships with dozens of community health and education organizations. And thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening to assist with introducing the mission's Sunbeam honoree, very well deserved, the Cornelia Cogswell Rossi Foundation. The Rossi Foundation has demonstrated a deep commitment to strengthening the island and Down East communities to help ensure residents can continue to thrive. The foundation carries on the philanthropic vision of Dr. Joseph and Connie Rossi, a couple with a strong love of Maine, which I know we all share in this room. The Rossi Foundation has a commitment to supporting efforts intended to benefit all the people of Maine, with a focus on promoting healthcare, education, and environmental conservation. As you could see why they're a natural fit for the Maine Seacoast Mission. For the past 16 years, the Maine Seacoast Mission has benefited from generous philanthropic support through the Rossi Foundation, which has totaled over $1 million. They have trusted the mission to use their gifts wisely and accomplish big tasks such as the refit of the Sunbeam and investing in the Down East campus, which we know are touching people like our students here. In preparing for this introduction, I was personally struck by how the foundation has become a true ambassador of the Maine Seacoast Mission, never missing the opportunity to talk with others about the mission and encouraging them to get involved. They have been exceedingly reflective, insightful, and engaged. Over the years, the foundation and the mission have enjoyed annual breakfasts filled with gratitude, encouragement, and stories of accomplishment and needs. They certainly are most deserving honoree this evening. We are so pleased that the foundation's trustees, Lori Warren and Ann Green, are able to be here tonight to celebrate this award. We thank you for all you've done in recent years to lead the Rossi Foundation, support the mission, while being faithful ambassadors of their work. Please join me in a warm welcome to Ann Green as she accepts the Sunbeam Award on behalf of the Cornelia Cogswell Rossi Foundation.
Hello. Jack, you're a tough act to follow. Thank you for that gracious introduction. I'm Ann Green, a director of the Rossi Foundation, and I'm here with Lori Warren, and John Rabin, unfortunately, is not able to be here. Lori is here with her husband, Dr. Russ Warren. I'm here with my husband, Jim Green. Unfortunately, due to some family health matters back in Connecticut, John sends his best and sorry not to be here with us this evening. He wrote these remarks, and I will read them for him. The Cornelia Cogswell Rossi Foundation began operating in 2008 following the deaths in 2003 of Cornelia Cogswell Rossi, known as Connie, and her husband, Dr. Joe Rossi. Connie and Joe loved Maine, and they moved to Maine from Connecticut shortly before they died. From the outset, the Rossi Foundation Board decided to make grants whenever we could, which would reflect the Rossi's interests and values. We also recognized the Rossi Foundation would never be a large foundation. We are not the Gates Foundation. Other resources would be limited. Therefore, we decided from the outset to make grants that would make a difference. To accomplish that, we look for organizations which reached underserved communities and provide them with critical services. Not surprisingly, the Maine Seacoast Mission has been a perfect match for the Rossi Foundation because of what the mission does and who and where it serves are located. As everyone here tonight knows, the mission plays a special role in offering critically important assistance to people who face significant obstacles. The mission is the only organization serving a region of more than 9,500 square miles with such comprehensive collection of services taken together to improve the quality of life for Down East and Island residents, far more than any single successful program. But what has resonated for most of us at the Rossi Foundation is the Seacoast mission's core. Guiding spirit, which in the mission's own words, is to bring warmth when it's cold, shed light where it's dark, and give strength when burdens grow heavy. The Rossi Foundation is delighted to have been able to play a small part in assisting the mission and serving Mainers in need. And once again, my colleagues are very grateful to the mission for this wonderful award. I think everyone at this gala tonight will join us in celebrating the people who really deserve to be honored, the staff and the board of the mission. Thanks, John, for the warm remarks on our behalf, and Jack. I wanted to add a personal story and reflection in terms of my history to the mission. My family moved from Boston to Greenwich in 2004, and we met Tim and Susan Shefflin at Christ Church, where our children met their 4 beautiful daughters in the youth programs. We learned about the mission and the EDGE program held in Cherryfield. The Shefflins welcomed my daughter and the other participants into their home as they carried out their work there for the week. It was a fond memory and eye-opening experience for my 16-year-old daughter, Millicent. Another time we ventured with our families, we had the pleasure of going out to Swan's Island on the Sunbeam in July 2008. And that's when the Swans Island Library and former Old Atlantic Schoolhouse, circa 1903, was struck by lightning. The contents were completely destroyed by fire, where the community gathering place was a treasured piece of history. After seeing those charred pages of thousands of books blowing in the wind during our visit, shortly thereafter, the girls collected books to add a temporary library on the island. Clearly, the Seacoast Mission is a unique organization to many Mainers' families. For them, it probably feels like family. I can only imagine the arrival of the Sunbeam must be a welcome relief for those in need on the community and islands, and joy when Santa comes to town. Thank you very much. All 3 of us are proud of our involvement and continued good work you serve.
Okay.
Thank you, Ann Green, Lori Warren, John Rabin, and all our friends at Cornelia, Cogswell, Rossi Foundation. So you just saw a little glimpse of the award, the Sunbeam Award. So let's talk a little about the award itself. The Sunbeam, the mission's 7th service vessel, is, of course, the namesake of the award itself. She is also the inspiration for the physical awards the awardees receive tonight. On a base of Downey's pink granite sits the steel-hulled icebreaker Sunbeam. The award is substantial because the materials, granite and steel, represent the mission's lasting commitment to both Island and Downey's coastal communities. A fitting tribute to the mission's work and to our awardees tonight. With that, this seems like a good time to introduce the second mission program area we would like to highlight, Island Outreach.
The Sunbeam is great at breaking the ice. And so is her crew, who provides services to Maine's 15 remote islands that support year-round populations. Each year, Maine Seacoast Mission staff and the beloved Sunbeam delivers healthcare, education, and opportunities for togetherness. But it isn't just about the meals or clinics. It's about connection. It's about community. And knowing that even on the darkest, coldest nights, Maine Seacoast Mission is there.
All right, now we've got you clapping. We're going to keep those arms moving, and we're going to work on warming up your vocal cords because we have now come to the audience participation portion of the evening. Sunbeam Director Douglas Kornman and Sunbeam Steward Siobhan Harity are about to initiate you into a new island tradition normally held aboard the boat when she's out visiting islands. Welcome to Sunbeam Trivia Night. Douglas and Siobhan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Douglas Kornman. I am a Sunbeam Director, and welcome to Sunbeam Trivia.
And I'm Siobhan Harity, a Sunbeam Steward. And for those who don't know, the steward cooks meals and snacks in Sunbeam's gallery. Hospitality is a key part of my role, which includes helping to bring fun experiences to the islands through the mission's Island Outreach program. Over the past year, Islanders have become fans of trivia nights that I've hosted on the boat. When we hold these events, trivia topics vary by round, from geography to sports to sometimes the history of their very own islands.
So tonight, Siobhan and I are going to ask you a couple of trivia questions about the mission's islands programming. Raise your hand if you think you know the answer, and we'll call on you. So we're going to ask that you pretend you're on the Sunbeam, and we're going to get underway.
And each person who answers a question correctly is going to receive a small batch of Sunbeam cookies. So, let's get into it. Question number 1 is, how many Maine islands have year-round populations today?
Yes. 13. Not correct.
Close.
He said 13. Yes, over there. Pardon? 15. You are correct.
Yes. There are 15 islands off the coast of Maine that support year-round populations, and the mission supports each and every one of them. But did you know that in the year 1900, there were 300 islands that supported year-round populations? So yeah, over the course of the last 120 years, a lot has changed, but that is just 5 years shy of when Alexander and Angus MacDonald founded the Maine Seacoast Mission.
Okay, question number 2. What is the name of Maine Seacoast Mission's newest program, which supports island schools, teachers, and their families? Yes. Oh, you have an unfair advantage. Ken is right. It is the TLC, the Teaching and Learning Collaborative. I didn't know Ken was here. The TLC is our newest program. We acquired the TLC from Island Institute, which is a key community partner of Maine Seacoast Mission. The TLC forms a lifeline of support to help sustain Maine's 1- and 2-room island schools by providing a peer network for students, their teachers, and families.
Question number 3. The mission's current boat is Sunbeam 5. What were the names of the 2 mission boats not named Sunbeam? Yes, I believe one of them was actually mentioned earlier in the program. Anyone? Yeah, right in the back. Correct. Hope and Morningstar.
Another unfair advantage. She's a former Sunbeam engineer.
Oh, is that true?
But yeah.
Okay. Yes, Hope served from 1905 to 1906, after which Morningstar was put into service, and she cruised from 1906 to 1912 on behalf of the mission.
Okay, our next question is a multiple choice question, so I will give you the answers, so just hang on. So what are some of the services that the Island Health Program offers to island residents? Here are your choices. Preventative health screenings, vaccination clinics, bringing out medical specialists such as dentists and eye doctors, delivery food from mainland food pantries, or all of the above? Yes, all of the above. Right here at the first table. The mission's very first annual report notes that healthcare was in high demand among islanders. In letters to donors, the McDonald brothers noted, "It is difficult for us to realize the hardships endured by many who do not have the means to secure proper medical treatment. To ease this burden, the mission engaged a local doctor. In addition to medical services, the mission helped transport individuals to the mainland when they need more care." So our next question, in what year did the mission start offering telehealth? Ooh. Yes. Not 2017, earlier than that. Yes. She said 2011, earlier than that, in the back. Very close. Not 2003, yes, over here in the back. 2001, you got it. The mission was a pioneer in telehealth for rural communities, but telehealth has evolved a lot since COVID. With better broadband on the islands and clinics offering this service, the need for the mission's telehealth service has changed. This change has given the mission an opportunity to focus more on public health, health education, and preventative care. And of course, we still do support telehealth for islanders who need it in their homes and aboard the boat.
Question 6. What is the name of the creative arts journal published by the Maine Seacoast Mission? Has prose, poetry, visual arts. And it's part of the prize, so if you've already won a prize, you can't answer this question. Yes. It is the Island Reader. The annual anthology features poetry, prose, and visual art from islanders on all 15 islands, and 5 islanders and then 2 members of the crew, Douglas and I, make up the Island Reader's editorial team. And this is the final question. For this question, you can just shout out your answers, and we'll give it a while, and whoever, after people give a few tries, whoever's closest will win, because I think the odds that anyone hits the nail right on the head are going to be slim. As Sunbeam steward, how many cookies did I bake last year? So it's 1,600. All right, that's 2,050. That's closer. 10,000. Lower than 10,000. 2,500. You know what? I'm going to say that's close enough. It's 2,539 cookies. So the cookies on the Sunbeam are often sort of a gateway to having conversations with island residents. They come aboard for a cookie and a cup of coffee, and they sit down and engage with the crew. And this is sort of how we end up connecting islanders to our services and how we can learn about them and how we can best help them. So that's all we have time for tonight.
And thank you for playing Sunbeam Trivia with us.
Well, that was fun. Douglas and Siobhan, thanks for leading us in a lightning round of Sunbeam Trivia tonight. Gala guests, thank you for being game for it. While Sunbeam is docked on an island, the crew will often hold community engagement events for islanders. Activities could include sharing a meal, screening a movie, playing board games, or just enjoying hot drinks and conversation. Trivia nights have been a hit, and so thank you all for participating in a little bit of island life. It's now time to celebrate our other Sunbeam Award recipient for the evening. I would like to invite to the podium April Norton, Vice President of Community Giving for Wyman's. April will speak about the impact community engagement can have, the value of philanthropic giving. She will then introduce our second Sunbeam awardee of the evening, Sunrise County Economic Council. Thanks, April.
Well, first off, I'm not going to be as fun as trivia. But second, Erica, thank you very much. I knew my remarks would be here waiting for me, but I didn't believe that they would be in 30 font as I'm getting to that big old 5-0. So I was proven wrong. They are. They're beautifully laid out right here. Well, good evening, everyone. I am April Norton. I am Vice President of Human Resources for Wyman's. For the past 11 harvests, that is how we measure our years of service in the blueberry industry. I just finished my 11th harvest. I've had the honor and the pleasure to work within the Down East region to help and develop initiatives within our communities, and that means partnering with a lot of outside entities, not only as a large employer in our area, but also as an individual who resides in Millbridge and calls that place home. Over the years of me living there, I have been able to partner with Charles Redledge, the Executive Director of Sunrise County Economic Council. And he has not only partnered with me on personal initiatives where we've looked at food insecurity, and I participated in platforms to advocate for children not going to bed hungry at night in our area, in ways that we can help and support each other and overcome that, not only as a parent to a child within those schools, but also as an employer who have working families and their own children in those areas. I've partnered with Charles around new business proposals coming into our area to make sure that it makes sense, that it's the right fit for our space and place, and that we have the people that would support those adventures. It is my great honor to introduce tonight, as part of the Sunbeam Award recipient, the Sunrise Economic Council, or SCEC, as we call it around the office. Since its founding in 1993, SCEC has been a driving force behind economic and community development in Washington County. It was born from a grassroots coalition of business and community leaders. SCEC has remained steadfast in its mission, and one that I admire deeply, to initiate and facilitate the creation of jobs and prosperity by uniting businesses, nonprofits, municipalities, and citizens. If you think of our region of Down East Maine, there are many of those entities embedded throughout, and there is a depth of diversity that is unseen in other parts of our state. So there's a lot of voices to be heard and a lot of different work and considerations that need to be had. And SCEC has been an absolute gold star in standing up and making sure that everybody is represented in every process. I've had the privilege of witnessing this mission in action through partnerships between SCEC and Wyman's. We are, as well, a deeply rooted entity in Down East. We've been there since 1874. As both a member of SCEC's board of directors and a leader at Wyman's, one of the largest employers in our area, I've seen firsthand how SCEC brings not only leadership, but also a deep understanding to the challenges and opportunities that face Down East Maine. Their support has been instrumental in helping me at Wyman's navigate workforce development in my considerations as we've expanded our operations in the area. That collaboration did not just benefit one company, it strengthened our entire community. What makes SCEC truly exceptional is its unwavering commitment to that collaboration. They don't just work within boundaries, they work across them. And that's more and more important, especially in these days. These days, they make sure that they're working through individuals and entities within different politicals, different municipalities, different economic and socio statuses. SCEC seeks common ground and builds bridges to create lasting impact. This spirit of unity is what drew me to serve on their board and trust in their partnership and help us as we're leading as a large employer in our area. Their approach is thoughtful and strategic, whether advising on financing, offering technical assistance, or helping businesses find the right location and workforce. SCEC ensures that every project that they support meets high standards of economic impact, technical feasibility, and community benefit, all entities near and dear to my heart. They champion sustainable jobs, responsible development, and stakeholder engagement that reflects the heart and soul of Washington County. This is the essence of SCEC's work, building strong, enduring partnerships with organizations that share a commitment to economic vitality and a successful future for those who call our region home. I just happen to be one of them. Whether through advocacy or simply helping businesses access the resources they need to thrive, SCEC uplifts the region as a whole. At Wyman's, we share a belief with SCEC. Success in our region isn't siloed. It's a shared endeavor that ripples across communities, strengthening businesses, empowering families, and enriching the institutions that make Down East Maine thrive. Tonight, we celebrate not just an organization, but a movement, one that continues to shape a brighter, more resilient future for all of us. Please join me in congratulating Charles Rutledge, Executive Director of Sunrise County Economic Council, and his team for their outstanding contributions and well-deserved recognition tonight. Thank you, Charles.
Good evening. Thank you, April. I am humbled and honored to accept this award on behalf of the Sunrise County Economic Council, on behalf of the council's board, staff, and all of our partners. I want to express our sincere gratitude to the Maine Seacoast Mission for this recognition and its partnership through the years. I also want to thank the mission for the generations of investment it has made in our community and the pivotal support it provides for families and students. It is hard to overstate the impact that EDGE has had. It meets critical needs for hundreds of working families, invests in our kids, and is built on a steady, respectful partnership with our schools and the broader community. I grew up in Washington County. I think I remember several years of mittens when I was young from the mission. I definitely remember a scholarship when I went off to college at a time when my family was really financially strapped, and it made a huge difference. And I'll never forget the role that mission staff had in supporting a family member when they were in high school and really struggling. I mean, the mission has that sort of impact on families in our region. I've served as the executive director of the Sunrise County Economic Council for the past 11 years. In my job, I spend a lot of time thinking about the future of Washington County, how and whether we will grow, and what we need to do now to prepare for the challenges and opportunities ahead. To be honest, the challenges are very real and not only in the future. If you look at income or poverty or health outcomes, our county is one of the most economically distressed in New England. We have lost too many of our family members and neighbors to addiction and hopelessness. Decent housing is hard to find, and it is still too hard to find work that pays enough to take care of yourself and your family. But of course, that is not the whole story of our community. There are 32,000 people in Washington County who have made Washington County their home. In the 40-odd towns and cities and the 2 Passamaquoddy communities, there are thousands of families who care for each other and do what needs to be done. Despite all of our challenges, I feel incredibly hopeful about our future. That hope is built on our common commitment to this place and the families that live here. It is built on strong trust and partnership. It is built on our shared belief that it is possible for things to get better in Washington County, and that we, the people who live here now, have the ability to make that change happen. On behalf of the Sunrise County Economic Council, thank you again for this incredible honor. The Maine Seacoast Mission is a valued member of our community and a trusted partner, and we are excited to continue our shared work. Thank you.
When I first started with the mission, Scott Planting gave me a short list of people I should listen to. And the list for Washington County was Charles and Charlie. So Charles Rutledge, Charlie Martin-Berry. Charlie, stand up. I want people to love on you for a minute. Charlie Martin-Berry, director of the Community Caring Collaborative. And this is the heart and the smarts of Washington County, thinking about the future of our kids and our families down east. Thank you, Charles and Sunrise County Economic Council. It's been a pleasure to partner with you. Sunrise County Economic Council has been an exemplary leader and one of the biggest advocates for strengthening the Down East region. The third and final program moment for the evening will highlight our food security work, specifically the nourishing work of the food pantry staff and volunteers.
Work starts early at Maine Seacoast Mission's food pantry. Shelves are stocked. Food is delivered. Connections are made. And some friends too. Between the pantry, food deliveries, and community coming through the doors, things can get pretty busy. Last year, the mission distributed over 269,000 pounds of food. That's a little more than 224,000 meals. And that food is not wasted here in Washington County, where 18% of the population is food insecure. As the hungriest county in the state, the need is rising, and the mission is there to help, strengthening families, supporting individuals, and nurturing children. Maine Seacoast Mission will always be there.
With us, we have two special individuals who work with our community engagement and food security program. Casey and Michael, will you now come to the podium?
Casey. Hello, everyone. My name is Casey Logan. I am the Down East Community Engagement Coordinator.
Hi, I'm Michael Bader. I'm a volunteer at the Mission's Food Pantry in Cherryfield.
We all know what it's like to be hungry. I felt it myself, just not to the degree that our food pantry patrons do. During a recent road trip, I drove for hours and felt like I was starving. Of course I wasn't, but when I finally found a diner, the food felt like a feast. I realized how much hunger had consumed me. And for those experiencing food insecurity, this feeling can be a constant. Maine is the most hungry state in New England, and Washington County is the hungriest. A whopping 18.1% of county residents are food insecure, and over 1,600 of those people are children.
I volunteer at the pantries on Monday. We unload baked goods, bread, fruits and vegetables, and frozen meat, and we stock the shelves, cooler and freezer overflowing on Mondays. Tuesday, the pantry opens up for the week. Wednesday, I come back in the morning. The shelves are really just about empty. I'm glad to see people are eating.
This past year, we've reached over 1,000 different families in our community, and we know that's an increase since the year prior. And in that year, we welcomed over 8,500 visits to the pantry. This includes deliveries for the homebound. And in 10 months, from last July to this April, we saw a 23% increase in unique households visiting the pantry alone.
I occasionally deliver food after work when I leave on Monday or Wednesday. And I delivered food to this gentleman one time that said, you know, thank goodness you're here today. I have run out of food.
Children visit the pantry with their families. That video was so cute. They enjoy the book nook or table games or sit and talk with our food pantry coordinator, Stacy, about their day. There's one young boy who comes in about every week with his mom, and he's always so excited to find the apples and enjoys one just every visit.
The need for the mission is increasing. We see it every day we open our doors.
And within those doors, the mission tries to make the pantry special.
According to research, effective food pantries have low barriers to access. The mission, we consider walking into the pantry a declaration of need.
We minimize questioning to respect privacy and autonomy. We collect enough information to understand how the pantry is used, understand a family's needs, and build a trusting relationship.
We make quantity recommendations for fresh and frozen items, but we do not limit the amount of food a family can take.
We also deliberately built the space to have a general store feel, complete with grocery carts, a community board, and local art on the walls.
Instead of banana boxes, we have brown paper bags like grocery stores.
But some folks still like to use the banana boxes, but we also designed the pantry to have ample storage, including cold storage for fresh produce and frozen food.
The Missions Pantry is doing more than feeding people to its creating community. Our partners come to share resources in the county and the state. People stay to drink coffee at the cafe tables. The covered porch is a hit among pantry visitors. Edge kids, families enjoy it too, and they come to the Down East campus for mission events.
One event we held in the pantry was a chili cook-off, in which volunteers were invited to enter and community members invited to pick their favorite chili. And seeing both patrons and community members enjoying a meal and a conversation gave a sense of warmth to the pantry beyond the chili itself. Serving these families and building a sense of belonging, the mission couldn't do it without your support. Thank you for your dedication and belief in the mission and its work. We will always be there to help Maine families. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey and Michael. With the increase in visiting neighbors, the mission is serving more and serving better thanks to the recent renovation of the food pantry and the generous donors who helped make it possible. Thank you. Remember those cocky cocktails I talked about? We're just about to wrap up the presentation here and release you onto the veranda to enjoy tasty appetizers and great company. I do want to give one last congratulations and thank you to our 2025 Sunbeam Award recipients, Cornelia, Cogswell, Rossi Foundation, and Sunrise County Economic Council. Thank you for your dedication to the people of Maine's coast and islands, and thank you for your partnership with the mission. Speaking of partnership, can I have all current and former mission board members stand or wave? Let's see, where are you? Current and former mission board members. I also wish to thank all the volunteers who made the mission's work possible this evening itself, and the 3 program areas shared tonight rely on our dedicated group of dedicated volunteers. As with many Maine Seacoast Mission programs, tonight is an opportunity to break bread, strengthen partnerships, and grow community. In the spirit of mission friendship, I will now invite Sunbeam Director Douglas Kornman back to the stage to give a short prayer before we head to the veranda.